What is going on, Netrunners and Draconians? Draco Invictus here with my initial thoughts on Cyberpunk 2077, the good, the not so good, and my advice on whether you should pick up the game or not. Let's get to it. Okay, so first off, let me address a couple issues. First off, professional reviewers, game journalists, they can kiss my ass. Okay, first off, there is one review, and I'm not going to give any names or anything like that, but there is a games journalist out there that released a video for a major YouTube channel that was absolutely trashing on this game because she shouldn't have been playing it in the first place. It was obvious from the jump. She is not an RPG gamer. She didn't understand the point of Cyberpunk 2077. When claims are made like, yeah, I beat the game in like 25, 30 hours. I didn't do any of the crafting. I think I maybe crafted one thing. I didn't buy any clothes. I didn't buy any weapons. I just kind of played with what I picked up, and I didn't do any of the side quests. What the hell are you doing playing this game? And more importantly, what the hell are you doing reviewing this game? That is absolute idiocy. Hell, I don't know, maybe she was forced into it. Maybe the boss said, you are going to review this game, and she was salty because it's not her style. And she may be a wonderful reviewer of other styles of games, other genres of games, and maybe RPG is just not her thing. But you know what? To the editors, to whoever the powers that be, if someone's thing is not RPG games, do not make them review an RPG like Cyberpunk, because then you end up with a shitty review and you do a huge disservice. Okay, is this game perfect? No, absolutely not. I will be the first to say, and here's another controversial thing, they should have waited longer. Now, of course, everyone says that now, okay, but the game was delayed twice this year. Another delay of 3 months or 6 months or something like that. Whoa, would that have pissed off the community? But now the community's pissed off because the game isn't fully polished like they expect it to be, because it is CD Projekt Red. They're not Bethesda releasing a game full of bugs, but here we are. This is the world that we're living in. CDPR should have waited until the game was actually ready to launch. There are lots of graphical stuff, and I've heard some horror stories. But this is the game that we have. Is the game playable? Yes, it is. Okay, I've put almost 15 hours into it just on streams alone. This game is very playable. Matter of fact, if you go back and watch some of the footage from my first stream on day one and some of my stream from 2 days later after the hotfix patch, and I adjusted some of my settings, huge difference in the game just in that one hotfix. And it also helped that I dialed back some of my own settings, because I'm not too proud of my PC. I'm certainly no PC master race guy, but you know what? I've watched videos of guys running 3080s, which is a much better graphics card than I have, and they're turning down settings. So how am I supposed to be too proud of my 1080 Ti to not bump everything? Because the game looks and goes, hey, look at your hardware. Wow, these are the default settings that we're going to give you. Everything was at high or ultra. And the only reason it was at high is because there was no ultra setting. I went into a bunch of my settings and I turned the ultras down to highs. I turned the highs down to mediums, not everything. But you know what happened when I did? I got like 15, 20 more FPS out of the game. Rock on. And graphically, it was no different. It was, I mean, you would have to be looking, staring, trying to find what was different graphically between high and medium. Because when you're playing the game, you're not paying attention to like shadow occlusion, blah, 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 chromatic aberration, whatever. Okay. Does the game look good on your screen? Yes. Rock on. Let's go. Okay. So don't be too proud of your hardware to maybe kick things down a notch. But you know what? If you want to be pissy that, oh man, I just bought this brand new graphics card and I can't play this game that just came out on the absolute highest settings, I'm going to be pissed. All right, you do you, boo. You know what? You can sit there and be salty about everything, but that's not going to change anything. That's my point. Okay, you can be as pissy and salty as you want to be, but at the end of the day, it doesn't change how the game is right now. And if you want to play it, step up, kick your settings down, wait for them to come out with a couple patches that fix stability, fix some of the graphical stuff. Then maybe you can, okay, now I can bump my settings back up. But at the end of the day, I doubt very seriously you're going to notice any huge changes. So that's just me. Take it for what it is. Let's talk about the actual game. We've talked about the bugs, okay? So we've already talked about the bad. Let's talk about some of the great in this game. The quest lines are tight. The characters are wonderful. I mean, they've got attitude. I don't know how many times I was like, man, what a prick. You know, when I was talking about a vendor that said something ultra, you know, whatever, you know, he was being a dick. He was being mean. He was being ultra sarcastic, whatever. But the lines were delivered well. So bravo to the voice actors. The script is very, very clean. There's so much to do in this game. It's ridiculous. The idea that, you know, this reviewer, you know, maybe all she had was 30 hours and she's like, shit, I got to get through this game in 30 hours. But you know what? Don't do that then. Take your time. Shit, I'm at level 9, street cred 16, and I haven't even met Johnny Silverhand. Come on. I've put almost 20 hours into this game between 2 different characters and haven't even scratched the surface of the main quest line. Now, I get it. Reviewers are supposed to, oh, and at the end, blah, blah, blah. Well, of course, my review is spoiler free. You know, I'm not revealing anything, but I'll tell you this, there's fast travel points. I'll never use them. Unless I'm shooting a video where I need to jump from location to location and I don't have the time to actually drive my ass over there, you know, to do this next thing. And oh, look at that, there's a fast travel point. Maybe then. But for actual playing the game, no, I'm not fast traveling. I will drive because there are so many little events and side gigs and all these different things that pop up when you're driving down the road, because you don't get phone calls from your fixers by fast traveling. Okay, travel through the world. I'm telling you, I ain't touching it. Now you can do whatever you want to do. That's the beauty of it. That's why they're there. But for me, no, I want to live in the world of Cyberpunk. And this is a fantastic world to live in. The map, technically smaller than like The Witcher 3. The story, technically shorter than The Witcher 3. Now, I could get lost for 100 hours easy in the world of Night City. And it is a city that is alive. It is bustling. There are people all over the place doing different things. Some of them are using the vending machines or talking to the vendors that you want to get to. There is a lot going on in this game. It feels very alive. And that is a wonderful thing, because oftentimes video games go, nah, we're going to skip on the NPCs. You know, you're going to walk into a big city and look, there's 15 people. No. Oh my God, there's 15 people when you walk out your door to your apartment. So my advice to you, if you haven't purchased the game, wait 6 months. Let them patch the game. Let them fix the game. Let them do the CD Projekt Red thing where the game becomes just fantastic. Just wait. The game's still going to be there. It's still going to be as awesome. It's actually going to be better than the game that I have right now. By waiting 6 months, you will get a better experience. Just wait. Now, if you have the game, like I said, think about dialing down some of your graphical settings. I know that it's not as entailed on a console as it is on a PC, but I know that there are graphic settings on the consoles. So maybe dial those back too. See if you can't squeeze more out of this game in its current state. And then as we get patches and updates and all those things that fix the problems that some people are having, we gain a better experience. So don't listen to these people that are like, oh, the game is trash. No, the game's not trash. It's not perfect, but it's not trash. This is a fantastic game that is going to get even better. I would give this, I'm going to give it a 7 right now. Right now, simply because so many people are having so many different problems, graphically speaking. Some quests are broken, even though I haven't seen any of that. I know that it's happening in the world, so I'm giving it a 7. But that's my initial review, and that's the buggy review. Talk to me in 6 months and ask me. I guarantee you that review is going to be much higher than a 7. So thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. I've tried to keep this video short, and of course I never do, because there's so much that I end up wanting to talk about, because I'm not scripted. I'm just off the top of my head. So I get this idea in my head and I chase it down that rabbit hole, like I am right now talking about it. So anyway, that is going to wrap it up. If you have any questions or comments or kicks or complaints, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys. If you have a question about maybe what settings I'm using, maybe I can do some screenshots, and I will post them like on my Discord server. Link for my Discord server down in the description below, as well as my Facebook page, my Twitter page, all that stuff down in the description below. If you want to help support the channel, there are links for that as well down in the description. And until next time, I want you to take care of yourselves out there. This is Draco Invictus saying this has been the greatest day in my life. See ya.